3 is convenient for you, you ride ka 3. If 2 is convenient, 2, and so on and so on. What is our goal with setting a set time? Our goal is to set a frequency where they know every time at this time, rabito, especially if there's distance between you and them. If they know every time at 12, Aubrey is going to be calling upon us, energetically, they won't go too far. But you need time. You need time to engage. You need to be consistent. And with time, what will then happen? You will then raise your vibration such that the Merkaba, what is the Merkaba? It's the light body. Right? Let me show you guys here. Now, the Merkaba. The mother, the father, the Merka and the Ba. Right? The Merka and the Ba. The mother, the father, and the Holy Spirit, which is you. Right? Now, the Ka and the Ba is the mother and the father. The Mer is you. Rakwana ke? All right. Some will say it's the soul, spirit, and the body. Now, the trilogy aspect is always present. It's always there, showcasing itself. Now, since we are here in the lower vibration, which is the third vibration, and we've dropped in density, our goal is to raise our vibration so we can do what? Raise our light. What are we doing in raising our light? We want to connect. Yeah. I want. It's these two tetrahedron triangles, one going up, one going down. Hence, they're talking about balancing your chakras. Now, our spiritual practice is exactly this. It's exactly this, just explained differently. You just need to be able to connect the dots. Hence, we engage in Hopasha because you're speeding this up. What does this thing do? It spins. First law of the universe, nothing rests, everything is in motion. You understand? It spins, creating what? A vortex energy, which is what? The electromagnetic field that is around you. You understand? So now, our goal is to speed this up. But raise your vibration. You understand? We're raising our vibration with this in mind. All right, it's go time. We're on the stream right now, so make sure you catch us that side. Rakwa number face. I won't be taking too many questions from here. Let's get it. Where we at? Let me do a countdown timer. Shout out, Buffett. Welcome to our stream for this afternoon. Illnesses that affect men. Majita Monday. This is our topic. We're live streaming now, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Let's get it. What are the illnesses that affect men that are most common? We're trying to get as many people to join the stream as possible. Buffett, let me move this and get onto the stream. Where we at? Yeah. So some of the most common illnesses that affect men that I've seen in the space that we're in, the things that men are always complaining about, prostate. Prostate. Prostate, what is the prostate? Let's showcase the prostate gland, Majita. So those of you, if it's the first time you're hearing this, visually, the prostate gland. Some of you might be having discomfort in this area, but you don't quite know that it is the prostate. Nah? You don't quite know that it is the prostate. We'll show you just now. Let's go view image. Okay, cool. Let me go this side. Let's present, share screen. Now, as we age, one thing we need to do is make sure we engage in regular checks of the prostate, right? The prostate gland. The prostate gland has various functions, one of which is to control ejaculation, one of which is to control urination. Now, it can inflame over time. And if it inflames, then you have issues around controlling urine. You have issues around sex. Why? Because you have no control anymore over your penis. It is the gland when you sort of imagine if you were to squeeze your penis, and you know, men know what I'm talking about, right? When you're squeezing inside there, right? The gland action. Now, if you have issues with your prostate, then obviously they must put in a bag to do what? To control urine, all right? They have to control urine, unfortunately, because you now no longer have control over this. Now, can you see? There it is. It's the gland there, just under. Let me go to the larger image here. Okay, there it is. It's labeled prostate. The label is on the far left under pubic symphysis, right? Prostate. If you follow that line, it will show you the gland right there. It's inside, deep inside. So a lot of men, babali, the challenge their prostate. Caused by what? Caused by various issues or general decay over time. Rakwan. This then impacts your sex drive. This then impacts the strength of your erection. This is why Babang, when they were growing up, you could urinate and literally piss as far as possible. Now you don't have that strength anymore to push out piss as far as possible. All right? For those who know, they know what I'm talking about. These are the challenges we're having with the prostate. What herbs can you use for prostate? For prostate, you can a herb called stinging nettle. It's great for prostate issues. Eating on the shelf. Please pour me some stinging nettle, Buffett. Please pour me some nettle. Nah? Ukano stinging nettle, ukano puho. Especially if it's inflamed. Nah? If it's cancerous, you can also incorporate. Thank you. This is called stinging nettle. Nah? Nettle tea. For those of you on TikTok, right here, stinging nettle. Babang Balona, your fathers are dealing with this problem, right? It can get to a point where it's cancerous and then they want to cut it out. Once they cut it out, it means you've lost most function. And literally from there, most men just go into, it just degrades. Why? Because your quality of life drops because now you no longer have function. Can't be intimate with your wife anymore, can't be intimate with your girlfriend anymore. So make sure you engage in herbs like stinging nettle, buhu leaf. It's great for dealing with prostate issues. Nah? Another one, mental health. Right? Why do I say this? We've got the highest suicide rate. Nah? Suicide by gender. Now, it is said that perhaps the number is higher in men because we've got a higher success rate. But women are also attempting in high numbers. It's just because of the means that they engage in, right? The means they engage in, they are not successful. Now, men, on the other hand, a man is bold enough to put the trigger under his chin and take his own life. It's rare for women to have that. Nah? I sat down some time back with a social worker. She was breaking this down for me. She actually educated me on this. The reason perhaps men have a higher suicide rate Remember, suicide is only suicide under the context that the attempt was successful. So now we need to look at the attempt numbers, all right? Perhaps those will give us context. Hey, Lebasadi are trying, but we're not on that topic today. We work on Majita now. Majita are more prone to succeeding because they are bolder in their efforts to take their own life. Rakwan. SA has the third highest suicide rate in Africa. That's wild. Huh? No? Let's see Barenkawana. Let me have a look. Let's see Barenkawana. I want to see specifically. Yes, you see, here it says men are 4 to 5 times more likely to die by suicide than women. However, women tend to report twice as many suicide attempts as men. Yes, this is what I was saying, right? This is what I was saying, that women are attempting to take their lives too, but men are more successful because they are bolder in their attempts to take their own lives. Ne? Majita. So, Majita shebanli pressure epaya, right? Pressure ya kulapeng, pressure ya bana, pressure ya life in general, right? Men have to succeed. They've got no choice because if you do not succeed, you can't build a family. Unlike a woman, sometimes you're like Wi-Fi is wilding. Okay, we're back now. Now, so a lot of men are dealing with that type of pressure, finance being at the core of their pressure, the fact that they feel like they aren't man enough because dilo tsa bona di kopane hantle. I know that pressure personally, having waited for my moment for some time. I know the pressure. Yeah, what's the point? I was shela even. Why? Because what's about her fit? I get it. In your late teens into your early 20s, women are still a bit more flexible, still more accepting of a man who doesn't have their things together yet. I'm fine. After 25, 26, 27, 28, going into your 30s, if your things aren't together, forget about attracting the best woman. Forget. Why? Because how are you going to sustain them? And anything that might happen, by this I mean if she falls pregnant and it's time for you guys to have kids, you're not going to be able to sustain that relationship. Rakwan. So with that said, suicide is also a big illness, Yamachita, or mental health, right? Mental health challenges. Komachite. Okay, cool. We've spoken about prostate, right? But now these two, they come together to create a concoction for this one now, Ekibuangayona right now. Machita Paya don't perform well in bed. Why? Because perhaps of the mental strain. Confidence is key for men. Confidence is key for men. Paramount to sexual performance is the confidence you have. So sometimes if your woman is always knocking your ego, let me not say ego, your confidence, because there's a difference between confidence and ego, thin line, but there's a difference. Confidence is important because it gives you drive, right? To go and be bold enough to go for the things you feel you desire, your goals, aspirations. This can affect your sexual performance, right? 2, physical health, lifestyle. We lead a lifestyle in sharp most of the time. Machita lead a lifestyle in sharp. All the time, ke jwala. All the time, ke the bad food. All the time, ke engaging in women who are affecting your sexual vibration. That's also another thing. Sometimes your sexuality is affected by the type of woman you're engaging. All right, that's a topic. That's a topic we can go in and dive very deep on. All right, but okay, maybe the issue is not that when you're bad in bed. Maybe the issue is that the person you're engaging sexually just doesn't appeal to you spiritually. Therefore, your sex drive drops. It's possible. It's very possible. Your sex drive is affected by the fact that you're not attracted to this person. They're not attractive enough to you. All right? And this creates issues for you outside of the health problems right? So now, what can we engage in from a herbal context to assist in this process? So Renale was called Munna Banning. Please pull up some Munna Banning capsules for me. Please give me Munna Banning. Please give me Munna Banning capsules. Thank you. So in here, it's a combination that considers all aspects now that we're talking about. Our Munna Banning. Kia Munna Banning Buffet. Nah? Munna Banning. Sorry, let me pull it back. Maybe you'll be able to see it from here. The light's a bit bright. In here, Khunaleng. In here, Khunali sea moss, Khunali honey goatweed, Khunali moringa, Khunali mpesu, Khunali ashwagandha. This can be used to support men's sexual and mental health. Munna Banne. Right? This translated is man amongst men. Right? Munna Banne. This is one of our special plans specifically for Majita in regards to helping them navigate the demands that come with performance. This, by the way, is not a get around for bad habits in regards to your health. The camera is down, bro. We're connected to CMOS Africa, and it was good this morning. Let's pull up my phone. Just give me a moment. Let's pull up my phone. I see where the problem might be because my phone is streaming with it. Let's go hotspot here. All right. It's better now, no? Yeah, TikTok actually takes a lot of things, no? Yeah. Very important to be sexually attracted to your partner. Yes. Sometimes it does do that. Right? Comes flaccid because you're just not attracted to her. Now, a lot of men are not in a position to talk that talk anymore. Why? Because she's changed. She's changed. She's not what she was when you met her. And then now, for some reason, we are pushed in a corner to accept drastic change. To accept drastic change. No, I've had kids and so on and so on. No. But we have to find a way to maintain this thing because here's the thing. Out there, especially if his testosterone is still peaking, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have challenges. Why? Because there are going to be other women who are going to be temptations to him. So as much as there's a standard that men must meet, there's also a standard that women must meet. Of Biang Machit. Babang Balona, Basadi Balona, they're here too much. Talk too much. Always bickering. You understand? Always bickering. This affects engagement Yalona sexually because when he thinks about sexual engagement, you're no longer his peace of mind. Oh, Machita, Munna Banning is 300 for 60 capsules, ne? Munna Banning. Sisa, what's good, Sisa? Hope you're good. Let me take your question. What can I use when I'm facing low sex drive challenges and early ejaculation? Ki fit. Another tip I will give you personally that I can say, master the art. One, if like let's say perhaps the low sex drive is as a result of the fact that maybe you've got low confidence, right? Now we must tame the mind. In here, iteng ashwagandha, all right? Iteng ashwagandha. It will choose there, but also you yourself, you must train yourself within the sexual act. What do I mean by this? Master the art of telling yourself, when the sensation is there, okay, no, and then hold it. Engage that prostate. Semen retention, sometimes barake that, all right? Babang are able to, if you read, what's this book? The Way of the Superior Man. This book changed my life. Let me show you guys this book, actually. This is a book you must listen to. This book explains in detail the difference between men and women. It also talks about it from a deep context. Yeah, it's written by David Data. David Data, I mean to say. The Way of the Superior Man. Written by David Data. It will break down the psychology between men and women. It didn't go YouTube. I listened to the audiobook on YouTube. So You can do the same. Go and jam the audiobook on YouTube. Trust me. Trust me, it's going to serve you, right? It's going to serve you over time. It's going to do good by you. Let me pull up this image so you guys can see. The way of the superior man, right? Now, it talks about what I'm telling you about right now in terms of being able to extend, right? Because if you know to the T if you can feel yourself to a point where you know the last stroke just before you come, right? If you can feel yourself, this is what I mean. Know that last stroke so that you can do what? Just before that stroke, quickly change positions. Okay, fine, but or no, but she gets irritated and no, you tell her or you're still in the process of mastering so that she can have a bit more patience. I get maybe she's feeling it. But when you wanna extend, rather that than you coming before at rather hit a high drop it because you chose to change positions. Now, what this does, it helps you to master your body. It helps you to master your body. You need to know to the last stroke, you need to know the feeling where after this stroke, if I take this stroke, there's no coming back. You need to know that stroke so that just before that stroke, 2 to 3 strokes before that, you change it up. Well, right? Now, if you read this book, Buffett, written by David Data, The Way of the Superior Man talks about this. A spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. Rakwana ke. This book I think would be good for Majita. No? This is a plug for Lona Majita. Fidel Castro, what's good, man? Also, ladies must participate, please. They can't lay there and be like work. We need to be reciprocated. Even a little tickle can help. Kana ish kispan and men need, yes. This is true. This is true. Most women have this issue. They just want to be on the receiving end in bed. And this is going to drop your desire. Any man who's been with a woman who's got, I like to refer to it as sexual passion, right? Some women have it, like even in the way she kisses, the way she holds you, the way she moves. When you're going, like she fucks back. Let me put it like that, right? Sexual passion. Her sexual passion is peaking. And this is exactly what Fidel is talking about. Very engaged in enticing you. You're always the one who's actioning or always the one who's initiating the sex. That's boring. So Machita are having those challenges sometimes, right? I know some women watch these streams with an interest, right, to learn and understand. Now, with that said, if you're watching the stream and you're a woman to learn and understand, develop your sexual passion. All right, your man must feel wanted and desired if you want great sex. All right. We must accept our ladies as they grow differently from us. Yeah, sure, but maintain me. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's talk spirituality. Real major. Gotcha. What's good, King? So my mom never engaged in the practice she had, and now obviously the spiritual burden has been tossed to me. Mind you, I'm the only one left at home. It's me and my mother and my brothers and sisters are working, and for me nothing seems to come together. And I'm aware. Hey, before the curse of the last born. I assume you're last born. Hence you're still staying at home. Either last born or firstborn. It would suck if you're the firstborn actually, because you've seen now all your younger siblings go and you haven't. So my suggestion to you, bro, is engage in the blue and the yellow candle. Watch the stream we did this morning talking about identity crisis. We give a detailed breakdown as to how to communicate with your people, right? It gives the deeper spiritual side of things for you to be able to tap in and unlock the things you need to unlock in regards to your life. Nah? The stream was streamed 4 hours ago, 10 to 10:40, so you can catch us that side. Nah? Hold on, I want to push some more here. Okay, so we've already started taking questions from you, but I'm calling out for more questions, Majita. If you guys got questions, hit us up. Make sure you send your messages in regards to the questions. So na leng tsona. Ke Majita Monday. You can toggle the cam on and off, Tammy. Yeah. Ke Majita Monday, Buffett. And as usual, no, I was saying you can toggle it on and off, okay? Yes, sir. Yeah, keep going. Yazenzan, don't put both earphones on. Toggle again on the screen. Yeah, one more time. No, keep going. One more. Perfect. All right, cool. Ke Machita Monday, and we celebrate Machita on this day. We talk about all things Machita. One, we also give them a discount in store. So, some of you have issues in regards to what hypertension, health based issues, and now hypertension in Almatata. We've also spoken about stinging nettle for prostate. Now, on screen right now, what you're seeing is the capsules made from the herbal powder. Now, like I said, it helps with dealing with an enlarged prostate. And then for women, it relieves menopause symptoms. It fights allergies, anti inflammatory properties, packed with antioxidants. This is the most important one. It's a great blood cleanser. Some of you, your sexual performance is restricted by the fact that your blood is too toxic. Ungcolile, clean enough, right? And then monna ko peita ba fethu, na? Ra peita. Let's see. Okay. Please pull up some Chikwana for me, babe. Chikwana. Okay. Sisa Seti, are any advice if you think you have a low sperm count? All right, no problem. Sialola. Have you ever heard that term? Kokasi machita barbaya lola. Shapadi peanuts. They eat foods that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, right? To improve what sperm production. But herbally, you can take this. This is called Chikwana. Nah, Chikwana is from Limpopo. Limpopo. It's got many benefits, one of which is to improve sperm count and as well improve sex drive. The price point is great, 50 Rand. You're gonna mix it into your porridge. Bonkgono ba lena, basadi ba lena ha ba complaina hore ha o performe hantle. What will they do? They'll get some chikwana, mix it into your porridge in the morning, and just keep it moving. Right? Silence. Baskadi kena tsa hao. Why? Because sometimes men tend to have pride and feel like they can't engage in these things because bonaba perfect. This is it, Buffet. Chikwana. Nah? Chikwana. Even women can take this. Women with blocked tubes, women with menstrual issues, women with discharge, essing sharp. It cleans the womb basically. If you've got urine, like your urine is burning, acidic urine, kakena kai, nah? All right, Sisa. I hope this gives you context. I think also another thing, Buffet, self mastery. Self mastery. It's hard to perform in the house, in the home, if you feel like there are areas where you are lacking financially. And by this, I don't mean you must. Your job is not to give a woman soft life. Abalebale. Awatlela mo ho tlo ba fa soft life. Your purpose is not that. Your purpose transcends that. Manje Majita have made everything about that. Everything is about trying to make these ones happy. And then, but they are not giving of themselves like that. They are not giving of themselves like that. They are just gearing to find themselves the one sucker who's going to who's going to basically give them the soft life. And here's the thing, right? If you overextend yourself, I know guys who do what? They'll take loans to make their chicks happy. No, 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 no. Do not put yourself in financial strain to make Ba happy. Papaya Basadi Bafit. Trust me on that one. But when operating in this space has taught me something. This space, we've got a large client base here, Basai. Papaya. And then we've got a large client base here, Basai, Basinang Bach. You do not need to compromise yourself in an attempt or nyakamoto. And ba bang ba bona ba tla lifesaver bontshitse mawaza. And I like my woman like that. I'm not saying she's got a history of fair, but I'm saying only understanding ya hore bophelo ke eng, so that you're not under unnecessary pressure to do things that are unnecessary. Someone who's got patience because life has trained them on the art of patience. Baba, you want to save them, captain, save them. Eh? When captain, save them. Want to save them. Rule number one, don't take them to school. Do not invest in them heavily. Osanyala lebon. Aye, aye. Understand? Rule number two, etlwaetse mafura kwena. Right? Just in case we shall Lucas Jes. Etlwaetse intlaba khopa. Just in case. You never know. You never know. These ones intrinsically they have issues with control. So as Majita, tlamehile rona re be le timing, re be le that understanding. I'll say this openly, even though Libona, they're here on the stream, right? Watching. Tlaetseng mafura kwena Majita. Tlaetseng mafura kwena, mafuta wengwena. Na? Once in a while. Once in a while. Kios Penny TV, Bafetu, shout out to him, Kitami. He does production for us, gents. Please make sure you subscribe and to never miss an episode. Rakwa? Nah? Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. You're lucky if you find a woman who's understanding. It takes time, right? But sometimes you must go through the riffraff. Now, Lonal Khotleletse trying to make it work with the riffraff. Huh? Khotleletse trying to make it work with the riffraff. Under pressure, Kim Tepisite Hore, Ka Friday, Kitlum Kaya 5 clip or whatever it is. Dude, if I hear, I hear. And if she's not gonna understand, then hi. You're not here to be her father. Now, some of you can't even communicate those sort of things. Hore, babe, even if the plan changes, right? Some of you have women who are not understanding of the fact that the plan and the situation changes. Right? Okay, I thought I was going to be in a position to do so. And then you'll be made to feel guilty. I went up using empty promises. Give more fatigue, more man. How? Situations, they happen. Yeah? But munna ke plan. Bona plan ya bona ke eng? Ko rekisa mmele. Gore ba tlo kopantsha dilo tsa bona. Now they're expecting you to do that because bona they are willing to do that at times. Some of them. They'll compromise themselves to the nth degree for the money. Now, some of you are under pressure to compromise yourself. Some of you are engaged in crime so that you can make her happy. Hey, you know what? I'm not judging your hustle. I'm not judging your hustle. I'll say if you're engaged like that, to make someone who's ungrateful happy, this is the same person who's going to be ratting you out. Hustle should be. Do not overextend yourself for these ones. Do not, right? Yes, we love them. No? Yes, we need them. Yes, we revere them. But if she's not grateful, one side guy. We like to compromise ourselves because we want to make them happy. Wawa? Never. Put yourself first and become the best version of yourself, and the right butterfly will come to. Yeah, exactly. Mind your flowers aren't blooming. When your flowers aren't blooming, the bees are not going to come, or the butterflies are not going to come pollinate. Majita Monday, shout out to everyone who's joining the stream. Buffet, we're just ranting, going on and on, right? No one quite understands the situations that we are going through and that we are experiencing. Some of you know that you can't even confide in your woman. You know why? Because it's gonna come back as a weapon later. How are you with that person? How are you with that person? But I have no tolerance for certain things personally. All right, and I'm okay with being alone if needs be. Why? Because unnecessary pressure. a lot of things right now, and the last thing that I want is pressure from a woman. Now, because some of you have no control of your sexual urges, la paisisea, you must always have someone, even if that someone will compromise. But it writing to go without sex. That thing will change your life. Why? Because they've chosen to do what? Nah, by I'm talking about the low vibrational woman, hence I'm referring to them like that. The other higher vibrational women who treat their men really well, and sometimes we blunder in regards to them, understandably so, right? Eh, Now, they're the lower vibrational ones, right? Who expect everything from you. You understand? Some of you literally put yourself and your family last, and her family and her people first. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Some of you are in positions where she wants you to nurture her kid that she had with someone else, but she doesn't want you to nurture your kid. Some of you are there. You've neglected your kids. Why is she not asking you, Hore, Mfethu, o kaya ngwana hao, a o tle le yena, re tlo ba le yena mo. Bring your child. Let's be together with your child. If she really wants to be with you like that, but she wants you to engage in things for her kids, she wants you to stay with her kid, but she doesn't want your kid. Some of you are there. All I can say to you, Lady Bar, for that one. If we're now neglecting ngwana hao for the sake of making things work with some woman who at any moment in time can leave for what is perceived to be better than you, Upar. Because and then you realize, oh, damn, this entire time I've been neglecting my child. What are you gonna go back and say? Oh no, I left you because I was trying to make my relationship work. Nana, if she cannot accept you with the child, right? Because we are always being put under pressure to accept them with their kids. When a man comes forward and says, nah, I don't want a woman with kids, you're judged, boy. You see them all over social media. I was saying, come on, they are masters at that one, reverse psychology. Now you want to prove yourself. I mean, I stepped up. Buffett, if you're not ready for this thing, do not engage this thing. If you are not ready to be a stepfather, do not engage that thing. Because what's going to happen? You're going to have resentment towards that child, and then the child is going to suffer. Because you're always going to be in with one foot. You're always going to be in with one foot. Majita Monday, I'll conscientize on these things. So as Majita, tlamelo engage in practices tsa ho hlapolla mmele, tsa ho hlapolla your space. Because they've got control issues. We've got issues with certain healers who will go out their way to give women things to control their man. I'm not gonna act like men don't do it. Let's see. What's good, Spirit? Greetings, King. Does body count matter in spiritual perspective? It's a general question. This is a great question. Yes, it does to an extent. But me, I hold different perspective. Why? We generate 5 million sperm cells a day, right? Meaning, if you went on a rant, I'm not saying do this. I'm rationalizing logically using biology. No, I'm rationalizing logically using biology. If we went on a rant, a sexual rant, that is, if every day you went and slept with someone different and you came in them every single day for a year, I on a list, I mean, if you can do that, by the way. But if you did that, right, chances are at the end of the year, Ukazwa only at least what there's what 365 days in the year, right? And really, you must be really a god when it comes to Hobashasha because you must meet them on that day who convert on that day, right? Some guys are like that. Shapa every week, only, let's say every week, realistically, right? Now, we've got the ability to procreate. This is why some guys, their purpose is to come here to balance the imbalances of what? Infertility, to perpetuate creation. Some of you would not be here if it wasn't for your father, who's got 15 kids all over the show. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that the universe operates on balance. And sometimes it has to do these sort of things. We don't understand them. We judge them. I'm not saying you must now be that person. I'm not saying hold a righteousness if you are this person. All I'm saying is the mandate of the universe will be fulfilled. What is the mandate of the universe? Go forward with creation. Right? Now, we are different to women in that sense because once she's pregnant, she's on pause for a bit up until she can have her next child. You, on the other hand, you can continue. You understand? You can continue to push. So now, it depends what your assignment is in regards to the grand assignment ya haulimdim. Majita babang, no matter what they do, wherever they go, those are the guys I feel have this assignment, right? We might not understand, but they have this assignment. Otherwise, the population would dwindle if it wasn't for Majita. Right. So now, with that said, it's also quite important, obviously, to choose the right type of person. Now, the body count affects you because chances are high of connecting with someone who's going to affect you spiritually. I think it's more of that, the probability dynamic, right? The chances. And why I say this is because some feel like, no, their body count is low, they are righteous. Your frequencies aligned you with that very person that's just going to blow your shit out the park. So it's not always as gold. It's not always that if you're operating now from the straight and narrow, it's going to be perfect. And you're going to miss the bullets because why not? You practice abstinence or you practice the slow body count dynamic. It's not always the case. But spiritual hygiene is key. Engaging in practices of cleansing with herbs like istunga is key, right? Some of you, especially if you sleep around with multiple partners, istunga is key. Nah? It's key. Istunga is key. You understand? Bro, we are nation builders as men. We are nation builders. This is why Genghis Khan had over 1,000 wives building the Mongolian Empire. All right? Building the Mongolian Empire. He had over 1,000 wives. Yes, it's cool. Inja. I stand to be corrected on the pronunciation, but face. Nah? He had over 1,000 wives, King Solomon. Why? Spreading the royal gene. Spreading the royal gene so that more people can be born under this gene. Right? It's deep, this thing. It's so deep. Right? It is so deep. So this is why sometimes we find what we perceive to be the most spiritual men engaged in acts of this nature. Why he makes now gang kids. My great-grandfather had 21 kids, 3 wives. The one specializing in the herbal medicine, the yellow side of who I am. 3 wives, 21 kids. Right? Without that dynamic, my family is not where it is right now in terms of the numbers. Now, some of you are here to research the numbers. Hence, you might engage in polygamy. Now, obviously, as Munna Khotlokahal attacked, you do not engage in polygamy from a context of crossing your woman because she's going to hold a low vibrational energy from you. And what if she's the one who comes with the energy, unlocking your things, and then you want to cross her by engaging in polygamy? Leana, if she knows that you're going to engage in polygamy, right, she must not weaponize giving you access to it, right? She must not weaponize it. Abato control the dynamics. Right? There's always going to be variables that show that no, this thing is going to be plausible for us. Why? The situation might play out in a way where you and her, there's certain things about you guys. These are intimate things now that are present in the relationship. One of them perhaps being that your wife is spiritual. In her being spiritual, she's got a low sex drive. Yours is So now, two choices. Either you cheat and then wamchila fata, or polygamy and you do things the right way. Mason Jack, what's good? What can I use? My breast, it has a lump. It keeps growing. Uh, Whenever I have to go for an operation, my heart says no. Okay, Mason. Even men, sometimes they have issues with lumps, right? I hope you're a man. Mason Jack. Come get yourself some sour soup, bro. Come get yourself some cancer bush. Sour soup, cancer bush, and then best road cleavers. You find that the lymph node might be swollen. It might not even be cancerous. Have you done a mammogram to confirm whether yea or nay it's cancerous? And if it's not, great. It might be a swollen lymph node, all right? Also, applying castor oil to it would be great. It's gonna soften it, break it down, no? All right, perfect. Okay, it's 4:12 p.m. Ke Majita Monday, and as usual, we're touching on the Lotsa Majita Bafetu. Touching on like serious topics. Now, let's talk about some of the fundamental things that is being a man from a spiritual context. One, women always need to be led from a spiritual context. So either you will lead or some pastor or spiritual mentor out there will lead. And we all know what then will happen. The vibration that is present between two people who are engaged in spiritual work is the same vibration that is present between two people who have an interest in each other. Now, some healers won't tell you this, but some of them, your women, have made passes at them. Why? Because there's a feeling they get when this person fulfills them spiritually. But because you're not spiritual enough, you don't give a shit about those things. She doesn't get that from you. Why do you think these people are so devoted? This is the same person when you guys are having issues who will tell you about, hey, I think we should call Mfundisi in to come and assist us. Mfundisi wamasimba. I think we should call him. Not even her parents. Mfundisi wa. Ultra dedicated Mfundisi this, Mfundisi that, or Kobela this, Kobela that, Kobela this, Kobela that. Why? Because you're not spiritual enough. These people, they're like a vortex. This is why the vagina is what it is. It's a receiver with plant seeds in it, right? Both from a spiritual context and a physical context. Now, if you're not spiritual enough, trust me, she's going to find spiritual revelations out there. And as someone who does spiritual work, I can tell you about some of the things that your women are doing. They're wilding. I can tell you, right? The passes that they're making. Why? Because you're helping her navigate such deep things. Because you're cold towards her when it comes to the spiritual stuff. Rule number one, raise your spiritual game. If she's going to tap into a divine feminine, you must tap into your divine masculine. The way of the superior man talks about this. Big topic. Big chapter on the way of the superior man is this. Tapping into the divine masculine and the demands that the divine feminine has from the divine masculine. If you make promises and you don't keep these promises, you lose her trust. The more you lose her trust, the more she goes masculine. The more she goes masculine, ke haso complain why? Because when you're not vibrating at that level she wants you at. Sometimes she comes at you already masculine. Now you've got one of two choices to make there. Either utomkobulla, right? Either utomkobulla or utwada completely because she's too masculine for you. And you find yourself a feminine queen or relax. All right? Some of you, you've got like the most staunchly masculine woman, Marahana Loena, because of who you are. What change? She becomes so feminine. This is the energy you need to carry. And one of the keys to that is for you to be more spiritual. If you are not spiritual enough, and by spiritual, I don't mean be a religious bigot. What do I mean by that? Hey, baby, as we should change our intimacy. ngathi ungangipha i-dog style wena no angiyenzi le nto leyo mina it's against into yasesontweni. Is what I mean, religious bigot. When the Bible does it say dog style is bad? Tell me, which Bible is this? I've seen videos on TikTok where they'll be interviewing the guy. The guy is ultra religious. Okay, fine, cool. If you are with a woman who needs you to sort of switch things up, one of the things in taming them is the sexuality. By this, I'm not saying she must emasculate you, push you to allow her to put things up your ass so that she can be entertained sexually. No, that's emasculation. Big difference. Because babang banalo host, banale that energy. They are cornering you because they want to emasculate you, because the inner masculine in them wants to dominate too. So it in you dominating her wants to create an energy where she wants to dominate you. I say fuck that. Nathan, I can't take your question right now since you're a woman. Majita Monday, we're touching on things for men right now. Catch me on Wednesday, or on Thursday, Wednesday morning, all things herbal, or Wednesday afternoon, Woman Crush Wednesday. I'll take this question in deep detail for you as a woman. I'm only taking questions from men, Majita Monday. Majita Monday, directly translated, Majita is colloquial or it's slang for guys. Majita, right? So I suggest, before we go, you make some time to go listen to The Way of the Superior Man. Next week I'll come back with some more reading material that we can engage in to help us raise our vibration. Why? Because some of you are attracting these low vibrational women because you are yet to raise your vibration. Attractive low vibration. You're not in your divine masculine. Some of you are too desperate. A divine masculine is not desperate to keep her. If she wants to go, she goes. Some will say, no, you're too nonchalant. Now, this is manipulation for them. Right? Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time. Yes, some men are nonchalant in a toxic way. Some men are nonchalant because they're protecting their peace. And vele, you must protect your peace. And sometimes you just gotta keep quiet. Now they want you to bicker the way they do. Now they're turning you into a woman, aren't they? They're turning you into a woman. Yeah. Okay, fine. Some will say, but men also need to express their emotions and their feelings. What do they do when you express? Later, it will be used against you. I saw a video, one of these TikTokers came out, Dash, he does the skits, right? So this skit is basically him and some chick, his wife, that is now, in the skit. He's like, when you open up to a woman, right? In the skit, he goes on to open up to her, to tell her, hey, his uncle used to molest him when they were younger. It cuts to scene 2. Scene 2 is what? Scene 2 is them having an argument now. And then this guy's like, this chick is like, throws a knife at the jugular, right? The jugular is the main artery running through here by the thigh. If you are cut at the jugular, you'll bleed to death. So literally, they are big on those type of moves, right? Throwing a knife at the jugular. Gold being what? Kill you. Kill your ego. Kill your self-confidence. She goes and this is sometimes a challenge we have with opening up to these ones. Or what? Especially the lower vibrational women. Because they keep tally, score, all right, for a later moment. For a later moment. We're dealing with a highly intelligent, very, very smart, but blind. So, and then now, if you're going to fight on their level, toxic versus toxic, you're not gonna win, bro. You're not gonna win. These are the same people who use your toothbrush to wash the toilet and put it back in the toothbrush bowl. Same people. You understand why? Because you guys are in a tiff. You guys, they'll tell you, ask them, what's the most toxic thing you've done to get back at someone? They'll tell you some of the things they've done. Oh, I fucked his brother. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Also, your brother is off. Also, like this is why I always tell Majita, Wabana Rona, if we had, I have this rule. Nah, I have this rule. I don't go for women who want me. I go for the ones I want. Why do I do that? Because I know that these ones sometimes they weaponize. So Katola Hore, let's push the camera up and down again. No, no. Yes. Okay, back. Keep toggling. Keep toggling. Keep toggling. Keep toggling. One more. Perfect. Bye. Never find yourself in a situation where you think we're not on a game because we're Jela out here. You might just be a pawn in her little game, her crazy game, and die for nothing because some guys, they don't play about their people, right? Even though she's toxic. And she will then do what? No, he manipulated me in. He will come and blow your brains out, right? Go for women you want and avoid there's gang women buffets. Avoid women with people, man. There's gang women. There's so many women out there that you could get with. So many. Dude, the women literally have a pandemic where there's not enough men for them. Right? Ruto Fidel, anything you say and do will be used against you. Even if this is your soulmate. Even Mary, even Mother Teresa. Peace must come from within, even happiness. Some sisters speak from point of fear. Yes, exactly, Buffett. Wabona if we boy, khetha hore, khetha. Why? Because also even in David Data's book, it says that it talks about how they lose trust in you. The more you show them moments of failure, the more you share moments of failure with them, they lose trust in you because they're not built like us. Constant in the pursuit of chasing my goals. Do you know how many times you fail in the pursuit? Well, now they can't handle failure. That's why they don't do business as much as we do. They'll say that no, they are oppressed. Bullshit. Right now everything is open for them. Everything is open. They still choose to want to be under certain men, to want to be led by men. They still choose that, majority of them. Because why? They like their path. They enjoy being taken care of. The smoother path, the path with least friction. This is why they want Batman. Ababa at least someone who's still sewing the cape, still putting together the suit, still buying the Batmobile, still getting the butler, still putting together the life. Khoratlo ba Bruce Wayne. Ababa finished product. But now, once you're the finished product, you've got the choice to decide. Now, this is what they don't get too, right? They want us to accept them with everything that they come with, all the flaws, everything. What the one thing men are always complaining about is the lack of accountability from women. Men are always complaining about that worldwide, and they have yet to see that we're complaining. They are yet to take action because they are not people of action like we are. We're different. We're a different animal, Buffett. God. God created the goddesses. Why? Because God was tired of being alone. Therefore, wanted to create a counterpart that will do what? That will do what? Provide the aspects that they lack within themselves. God, the observer, right? How do I know that we are the God? Let me tell you this. I decide which longs of miti salo. Those who are operating on the divinity level, not those who are just banging everything. Some of you limit yourself because this woman put you in a corner, right? Trapped you, wants your baby so that they can benefit from the fact that you've now made them pregnant. This is what? Go for the ones you want, not the ones that want you. Sometimes the ones that want you are your type. Be disciplined. Cut. cut, because you never know their true intentions. They can position as X, yet they are Y. We know them. And also, when you're going for the ones you want, never put your cards out there. Hey, me, I'm balling. Hey, me in. Hey, me in. Avoid the money stuff early. Avoid the money stuff early. See if this person is okay with the simple things. When I'm leaving, uspende gore motho a thabe. No. And mind you, I'm not here where I am in terms of perspective, without having gone through certain things. I've seen flames too. I've shown people flames too, but I've seen flames too. All right, it's just a game. So now, because I'm trying to build something for the future, now I have to set a certain standard, and in setting the standard, this will give me direction. And mind you, the future isn't guaranteed, Buffett, because Motaka change at a whim's notice. At a whim's notice. Literally, Rekarobala today, everything will be fine, and then Retso Kamswana, Hunyo. All right, Buffett. Shout out to everyone for joining Majita Monday. We're back again next week, touching on things Samachita. We'll push to have a guest on the stream as well, so that we can have like a shared perspective. Basadi, this Wednesday we are back again, Woman Crush Wednesday. I'll make sure there's a woman in studio who will provide the female perspective. All right? Who will provide the female perspective, not really read someone's thoughts as Piwe. Because I operate from a position of prophecy, sometimes when I say things directed at you, it's normally prophetic, right? So don't take what I say and just, take it with detail. Because sometimes I'm channeling a message to you direct, especially on the stream. The examples that I make are very much linked to you. The examples that I make when we're unpacking perhaps a question you shared with me are going to be very much linked to you. So yeah, with that said, Buffett, shout out to everyone who's joined the stream. Majita Monday. No one is coming to save you. Otlo saver. Some of you lipizika pebele, some of you lipizika uphahla, but there's no action. There's no action. We need action, Buffett. What is the action? Acting towards achieving your goal, acting in a direction that will serve your vision, right? And then now, sometimes it means cutting off women for a bit so that you can focus on yourself. Why? Less pressure, less pressure, unnecessary stress. If you don't have kids just yet, not to say that kids don't help you. Kids help you, right? Why? Because sometimes you lack discipline because you don't have something you are working for. So a kid can bring this discipline. But if you don't have kids yet and you're still working on yourself, avoid tabayabana. Why? Because you then have to compromise. You then have to compromise the vision. Why? Because you have to put food on the table for the kid. All right? We've got time, Buffett. Even in your 40s, you can get yourself someone in her 20s. But it's them who don't really have time. Well, we've got time. Even in your 40s, you can start your family. Why? Because we look at people who started their family in their 20s. They now resent the situation they're in because they weren't able to chase their dreams. They had to settle to put food on the table. It takes time to build a business. It takes a lot of time to build a business. It takes a lot of pressure. It takes hectic hours. Mind you, a woman who's good for you can come and actually help you to elevate that thing. So within reason, I'm not saying now cut off your woman who's not been aligned with you spiritually so that you guys can build together because you want to focus on your vision. You know what I mean? If she tries to shift you from your vision, she's not always feeding life into the vision. Then maybe she needs to go. All right. All right, shout out Buffet. Majita Monday, as usual. We celebrate Lona Majita. Now, personally, I've experienced Majita Paya going down as a result of the pressures that is being a man. My eldest brother, Lena, he went down because of the results of pressure of being a man. So, with that said, keep your head up. Always keep your head up. Nah? That's why Baramunna Kamele, keep your head up. Fight. It's war. There's no other way. It's war. This is why the militant's mindset is key. For me, this is why endurance sports is so key because it keeps me going. Baba, it gives me that ability of hotel. Let me give you context now. Over the weekend, not many will put themselves through this. We go ride Amashova from Pietersmarisburg down here to Durban. It's pouring, right? Some of you be like, no, in the rain, yabanda, in. No, it's fine. Exposure therapy. Sometimes you expose yourself to moments of difficulty so that when life is exposing you to difficulty, it's nothing to you. It's trivial. It's nothing. Week before that, Limpopo, Lindani, 40-degree temperature, 130 Ks on the pipe, 7 hours in the middle of nowhere, right? Alone most of the time. Pain cave, unbelievable amounts of mental turmoil. This is what a man needs. A man needs that. Deliberately being put into mental turmoil. Why? So that you can transcend, right? The path to the divine masculine involves pain. This is why our initiatory processes involve pain. Our initiatory processes, they involve pain because the path to the divine masculine involves pain. All right, shout out Buffets. Catch you guys again next week, Monday. Majita Monday. This was a nice rant. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, if you guys have questions, don't forget, you drop your questions for us and we can also touch on the topic. Now, peace.